Why play Brand mid? Well, he brings insane burst damage. He is a beast in a teamfight. He pushes waves very quickly, and he deals great damage over time. However, he is skill shot reliant and needs to hit all of his abilities to proc his passive, and he is immobile and squishy. Brand's passive is his abilities apply a stack of blaze to an enemy hit for 4 seconds. Subsequent hits refresh this duration, and it can be stacked up to 3 times. If an enemy dies while ablaze, Brand restores a small amount of mana. If Brand applies 3 stacks of this to a monster or enemy champion, they become unstable, where you're granted sight of that target and they get a circle around them which will explode after 2 seconds, consuming all the stacks. When it explodes, all enemies hit take damage and are applied a stack of his passive. Brand's Q is a straight line skill shot which deals damage to the first enemy hit. If the target was ablaze, they are also stunned for 1.5 seconds. Brand's W creates a circle on the floor, and after a short delay, it will deal damage to all enemies hit. If the target is already ablaze, they will take even more damage. Brand's E is a point and click ability which deals damage to them and all nearby enemies. If the target was already ablaze, the spread duration is massively increased. Brand's ultimate is a point and click ability which launches a fireball at an enemy target. This bounces between nearby enemies and Brand up to 4 times, dealing damage each time an enemy is hit. It will automatically prioritize stacking maximum blaze stacks on the target, and if the target is already ablaze, they are also slowed when this hits. For combos, your go-to is after you land your W to poke to look to land your Q into your E. This will proc electrocute and your unstable passive. However, the higher damage combo is to use E into Q into W for massive damage, and your full teamfight combos to quickly spam out your W into Q, E and ultimate, allowing your ultimate to bounce around their entire team. For matchups, Brand is great into shorter range mages who can easily land his combos on and destroy with tons of damage. However, he can struggle against super high range mages who can simply sit out of his range and bully him. For runes, take this. Electrocute makes his burst even scarier. Dark Harvest works too. For build order, start Ring and Pot into Leandries and tier 2 boots. After this, a Crystal Scepter and Demonic are great pickups before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start W then E then Q before maxing W then E then Q, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, stick Flash and Ignite. Starting the game, your main focus is always going to be on farming hard, and the easiest way to do this is by looking to poke your opponent out and taking good trades. When looking for poke, always look to be landing your W's. It's great damage, applies your burn passive, and if you can use this to poke and push the minion wave, it will put you in a great position. And especially when you hit levels 4 and 5 to get a few points in this ability, it absolutely burns. Also, if you set a minion ablaze, you can use your E on them to bounce it to an enemy champion with the extended range. This is incredibly hard for your opponent to play around and gets you some easy damage in. After landing an E or your W, you can look to land your full combo. If you trigger your unstable passive along with electrocute early game, you'll do well over 50% of their health. And of course, when you hit level 6, your ultimate gives you access to a massive amount of damage. So constantly be looking to land your stun and your full burst combo to destroy them. Entering the mid game, when you have Leandries, you do a massive amount of damage. Your bot lane will usually come mid, which puts you in a side lane for the golden experience. Push it out as far as you can safely before grouping with your team. Entering late game teamfights, you want to play as the backline carry. Stay back and keep yourself safe and look to combo anyone you can. If you're able to get your W, E and ultimate on multiple targets, you'll have done a massive amount of damage. And when your unstable passive starts proccing, you'll be splashing even more damage across their entire team, where you'll simply win teamfights by just out damaging the enemy.